It is time once again for another nostalgia episode. So, we took care of a lot of stuff last time. And here I'll do a rundown of exactly what we did. We upgraded the Latitude 6540 to Windows 10. Important updates are available. Go to PC settings to install them. That's a nice little reminder on Windows 8. We also got the Inspiron onto Windows 10 successfully after many attempts. So what I have here are the two flash drives that we did. This one has the installer for Windows 10, which will be upgrading the ThinkPad 2. I'm hoping to get a No Weather Radio stream started with one of these machines. And I'll determine which one of these three, and maybe that one, the Vostro, will be the best for the job. Updates are available. Windows Update couldn't install them automatically. Well, sure, go ahead. Actually, it doesn't matter what's going to happen because we're going to be upgrading this. And like we did before, we're going to tell it no, we are not going to download updates. What we are going to do is we're going to uninstall that partition tool that we used in the last episode because I have been unable to find the original factory recovery partition for this particular machine. So we're not going to need it anymore. So let's get rid of it. So it says, "We're sorry to see you go." And I'm going to tell it that I'm saying operation failure because it didn't do what I was hoping it was going to do. It was going to, because remember, the whole point was that I was trying to get the recovery partition recovered for this particular computer, but I unfortunately have been unable to retrieve it with this tool. So we're going to get rid of it. And then we're going to start the upgrade. Now, I'm going to actually get rid of Edge on here so we can avoid version conflicts. Now, Edge is going to end up being reinstalled, but still, let's just remove it anyway. So I'm going to get rid of Edge off of there, but it will come back when we upgrade to Windows 10. But so far, as for the Latitude, Windows 10 has been acting very decently. It's been going a little slow, and that is true because this is a mechanical hard drive, and I suppose this is the original hard drive it came with. Download Microsoft Edge. Well, we're definitely going to be downloading Edge alright when we upgrade to Windows 10. The latest version, that is. Now, if I go to Update and Security and then Recovery, we should still have... actually, I'll just open up Explorer, because we should still have the Windows.old folder, which contains the previous installation of Windows, which in this case is Windows 7. Yeah, it's going a little slow, but it does make sense. So then again, if I go to disk C, we still have the .old folder. That was the date, August 19th. That was the date we upgraded. We still have the option to go back to Windows 7. And we are ready to upgrade to Windows 10 Pro. So we'll go ahead and close everything out. I'm going to leave Chrome on the system for the time being. And off we go. We are upgrading Windows 8 to Windows 10, the latest version. That is 22H2. Try the new Bing, powered by AI. That's right, folks. AI is taking over the world. Okay, so here we go. We're going to do, this is the service tag that we had. And this is the correct machine. And we're going to see what this does. Oh, there's the Dell backup and recovery in red, probably telling me, hey, create the recovery media. Or something of the kind. And yes, I told it to tell me where to save it. Okay. Alright, well, several attempts so far have failed, but we will see what we can accomplish. Now, speaking of trying to accomplish, if you may remember from episode 3, we tried to create a weather radio stream on that HP laptop that you may have seen again in episode 9, which was a couple episodes ago, where I restored the machine once again for use with college. Well, so far, I have just been through my first week of college, and it has so far been a very decent experience. Again, the only thing that still needs to get done is to activate the antivirus product, and then we will be in business. So, remember how I was saying that I believe that one of these computers will be best for the job, to see if I can do a web radio stream with it. So here I have my Kato K110, and I have the cable plugged into the machine. And yes, that's what I was hoping this Dell audio program is going to do. There's no line in option. It says headset with microphone. There's a Skull Candy headphone, and there's a bunch of other options too. I'll lower down the Audacity window, and I'll hit OK. When you connect a new device to the system, and you're using Audacity for something, you have to restart the program before it will appear. So like, for instance, Jack Mic right here. So, now this is actually a very big problem with this that I've been having. So I'm playing a couple of audio samples. So here, I'm going to play a collection of MP3 files that I have, featuring previous EAS captures that I recorded, including Air 1 IDs, Amplify themes, KDK tests, songs on EMF, auto weeklies, and everything like that. So I'm scrolling through every sample, and I am not seeing anything happening on the other end. It's just the same pace. See, this is the actual spectrograph of the file. Yeah, and no matter how hard I try, we don't get anywhere, which is such a shame. Did it really fail? Of course it did. It's supposed to come with a Dell Direct Key executable, but it has not came with it. But anyway, back to this. So, as I had just mentioned, we're getting nothing at all. Even on max volume, it does not make a difference, which is totally unfortunate. I was hoping we were going to get somewhere, but yeah, I don't need it. So it's such a shame. Yeah. By the way, I decided to add a totally random song onto there as well, just cause. I thought, why don't I just fill it up with a ton of songs that I have in my other collections and everything like that. So yeah, that's unfortunate. I was hoping we were going to get somewhere with this machine, but unfortunately, no luck. But maybe we will have some luck, however, once we get this downloaded. Back over to the ThinkPad. That's the progress right now on Windows 10. Now, just like the Latitude, Windows 8 will be stored in Windows.old and will still be available for about 10 days. And then after those 10 days, then Windows 8 will be cleared and you will no longer be able to revert back to it. Now, I'm sure the Vostro has a lot of audio capabilities considering it's a professional machine. So maybe the Vostro will do something similar. So let's turn our attention to that now and find out, because we still have to set up some of the other things like the other applications that I use and everything else like that. We didn't get a chance to set that up that one time. The only other time we got around to with it was creating the recovery media, and we haven't gotten anywhere since then. So we're gonna wait for this to finish. It's only 500 megabytes. You know, I'm just so happy that I mean, if you may remember from episode 7, which was fittingly because we reset Windows 7 in episode 7 of this show. And if you may remember from that episode, it took me a whole hour just to figure out, you know, trying to break the domain password and get into the system to restore the OS to the factory image. And all it took was going into safe mode. So all it took was replacing the sticky keys with the command line, and then using net user commands to create a new user account on the local machine, and then that was enough to break the password and get into the OS. So that was great, but at the same time. So let's see what kind of audio options this has. So if we go to sounds, and in the recording devices, we have an internal mic. We have a microphone line in. Ooh, that is cool. So it looks like we have a line in option. That is nice. So we'll see if that works. However, since we are connected to the internet, let's see if we can. Yeah, that's not even going to work because the thing is like really outdated. Sure, go ahead. Update Silverlight. Nobody uses it. Just get this out of here. Configure the Bing search bar. Just go ahead. I don't care. Alright, let's see if I can download Audacity from Internet Explorer so we can test this out. Go to download. I bet it's not going to work. But while we wait, let's see what else there is on the system. There's the digital delivery. There's the data safe. That's the online support center. That's the webcam central. And of course, there's no games because this is Windows 7 Professional. It's even got Windows Live. Nice. And what's even better is that I can actually load Audacity. So it looks like it's not downloading. Well, despite the screwed up keyboard, this actually may work. But no, we can't download Edge from Internet Explorer on Windows 7. We have to put a different browser on here like Google Chrome. Yeah, I want this disabled. Okay, it's not loading. I click download now and it says it can't. Yeah, I can't even get to Google's page either. Yeah, this browser is severely out of date. In the meantime, let's check on the Windows 10 progress. Your PC will restart in a few moments, so it's just about ready to reboot. And there's the Dell Data Safe Recovery, which is the tool we actually used on the Inspiron to see if I could restore the factory image, but unfortunately with no success. So what I did was I actually found somewhere on the archive a copy of that program, and I saw what I could possibly do. Alright, and now here we go. It's going to restart. so we can continue the upgrade. And this is the last of Windows 8 we will be seeing. Keep your PC on until this is done. Installing update 442. Oh, we don't even care about updates anymore, Windows 8, because you're going to Windows 10. Hey, there we go. There we go. That's what we've been looking for. We have been looking for the executable all this time. It's important that I actually move these files off the drive, because when the del tool does its work, it's going to wipe everything off this drive when the del tool does its work. So that's why it's important that I'm moving this stuff off the machine. Well, not really off the machine, but I'm moving it off the drive. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna install Audacity. Loading your personal settings. I guess it only does the startup sound the first time. If you may remember, we had a lot of fun with pinball the last time we did this. Oh my gosh. API MS WinCRT. Maybe it could be because, okay. Well, I have another idea. So let's just go ahead and install Chrome, because that's really the only browser I can directly install on this system. Oh yeah, I didn't even realize this thing came with Windows Live. This has Windows Live Mesh and Windows Live Writer. So I suppose this is like a basic Windows Live suite. I don't know if it came with, I don't think it came with Windows Movie Maker. Here we go. Windows Live Essentials 2011. Yeah, let's accept the agreement. Now I wonder if this is going to install the remaining Live Suite tools, like Windows Movie Maker or anything like that. Yeah, I don't need Live Writer. And as I expected, didn't install anything else. But it does make sense for a Dell OEM. As I mean, Windows XP actually does have a Movie Maker, but it cannot be used because this is Windows XP mode, so it won't work. That is unfortunate. That is unfortunate that Windows Movie Maker will not work on XP mode, but it is what it is. Why is this in Mountain Time? Why is XP mode in Mountain Time? This is supposed to be, what, Canada Central Standard Time? Why is it in Saskatchewan? How is it in Saskatchewan Central Standard Time? That doesn't make any sense. There we go. There we are. Now we are in U.S. Central Daylight Time. I think we could still run the tour.
Welcome to Windows XP from Microsoft, the new version of Windows that brings your PC to life. Experience the best. Experience Windows XP.
Yay, we could experience Windows XP on Windows 7.
Windows XP Professional shines.
I like the music on here.
To begin the tour, click any selection.
I like the music in the world of digital media. There's actually a couple of the music samples I like from the XP tour.
At work and on the internet. Photography, music, videos, computer games.
There's no like settings since this is a flash animation. Let's just let this run.
Like listening to music and watching videos? Windows XP includes Windows Media Player, so it's a cinch to tune in internet radio, download music or movies from the web, and watch streaming and video broadcasts. Of course, you can also play your own CDs. Windows Media Player makes it easy to create your own customizable jukebox. Just copy your personal CDs onto your computer or download music from the internet. Arrange selections in any order you want. Store the playlist, and the computer will play your selections back, one after another in any order you choose, anytime you like.
You could do that on VLC Player too. Which actually works better on Windows 10.
The abilities of every computer on the system. Make team efforts out of big projects projects like creating reports and spreadsheets. Windows XP stays on the job, tracking changes and making adjustments automatically, so you'll always get the best performance with the least effort.
Make sure these remain on.
Data protection inside and out. Windows XP contains powerful new features designed
Okay.
to your computer network.
All right, now that we have Audacity installed, let's see if the Vostro can do it any better. I bet it can, because it said line in.
It also establishes a protected
The headphone jack is right here. Wait, was that an aux port? That's an aux port.
Streamlined design. Get acquainted with key tasks and basic commands.
So that's an aux
Windows
port.
Desktop.
That's an
Using
auxiliary
Windows XP
port.
is simple. First, you'll see the large colored area on the screen called the desktop, and the narrow band at the bottom called the taskbar.
And I can record the computer.
The computer appears inside frames that are called windows. You can open as many windows at one time as you like, and resize them, move them around, or restack them in any order. Icons. The small pictures you see on the desktop are called icons. Think of them as doorways to the files and programs stored on your computer. For instance, the printer button appears when you send
Okay.
the file to the printer and disappears when printing is complete.
Alright,
You'll also be
are we
reminded
supposed to be...
here when
Ah, here we go.
Windows updates are available
What did you plug in?
from the Microsoft
I plugged in the
website.
line.
Windows XP keeps the taskbar tidy by consolidating buttons when
Hey, this is working.
For example,
Very nice.
buttons representing individual
Now again,
areas are
because I just plugged it in, I'm gonna have to restart Audacity.
Clicking the button lets you select an email from a
And now, if we go to recording device, we have a line in option. And now I'm gonna play an audio sample.
Start
Yay, there we go. Now we're getting something.
with Windows XP. You can return to the
So
start
I'm gonna keep scrolling. I'm gonna keep scrolling back.
taskbar. The Start menu contains everything you need to begin using Windows. You can start programs, open files,
So the Vostro
get help,
is the one for me.
and more. Some commands
Windows 7. But it won't be on 7 for long, because it's going to Windows 10.
place your pointer over an item with an arrow, and another menu appears. The left side of the
Yeah, I know how this works. I know how it works. Okay, so we are actually in business. So here I'm going to play the entire audio sample. And as you can see, now we have input going into the program. So now this is audio coming directly from the Kato, feeding right to the computer. So you can see there's the spectrograph of the currently playing file. I'm playing the song as a sample to see if everything is working. So it looks like it is. So that is great news. And then I can pause it and it stops like so. This will now become the new permanent streaming device. We will have to get to the setup of it at a later point because we still have to upgrade it to Windows 10. Now let's go back to the Inspiron here and this install of Windows 10. You can see a lot of the apps are old. The animations are actually working just fine. Of course, there have been no updates, and then activation cannot reach the activation servers because this is Windows 10 Home. The product key embossed into the product key embedded into the motherboard is Windows 7 Home Premium. Now, if you may remember from the past several attempts at resetting this particular computer, we had ran into problems where even this tool couldn't find a recovery partition on the hard drive, where it couldn't find any partitions. I even found out about it when I used a generic Windows 10 installation disk that I have. So, the solution to that problem was to install a generic copy of Windows 7, install the drivers, and then it was able to find the partitions of the hard drive, and now we can actually do the recovery. So, let's hope for the best. So with this now done, all right, so we're gonna go ahead and restart USB storage. So I'm so happy that I found a computer that will actually get the job done. However, though, this does need to remain plugged in, which is a big problem. But, I mean, that's how it is with old techno. Oh, is it actually holding a charge? Ooh, it's actually charging 19%. I thought this thing didn't hold a charge before, but I guess now. Well, why don't we actually see if that's right? And the battery is actually holding a charge now. The battery actually now holds a charge. I am impressed. Although there is a lot of cleaning that still needs to get done on it. Speaking of cleaning, I actually did end up cleaning the lid. I did clean the cover on here, and I noticed that there's a bit of damage. That's no big deal. Does the Inspira need the same treatment? Not at all. Yeah, the ThinkPad's gonna need a ton of it, because I'm not sure if the battery even holds a charge at all. So here we go, English US. Then again, these are the terms and conditions. Again, this is what it's gonna do. No errors. Okay, well, we're gonna go ahead and move on. We are going to skip this process. Now, if you may remember from episode 7, while we were creating the recovery media for this computer, I decided to run, I of course ran the pinball game. Yeah, of course that, it's my favorite. It's the one that I really enjoy when I go after Windows XP. Let's demonstrate the hidden test Easter egg. Let's see if we can do it on XP mode. No, you cannot do the hidden test Easter egg on XP mode. So let's just actually play some pinball.
Foreground window, Microsoft narrator. Okay, push button to press, use space bar. Microsoft narrator, dialog. Foreground window.
I actually like it really fast, like 7.
Initializing narrator.
Foreground window, narrator, voice up, foreground window, speed, combo box, 7. Foreground window, narrator, voice up, push button,
Unknown
press,
key.
foreground window,
Windows XP mode.
narrator,
Windows Virtual PC window. Focus on input capture window pane. Contains toolbar with 4 buttons. Toolbar with 1 button. Input capture window pane. Output painter window pane. Output painter child window pane. New tab. Google Chrome pane. Unknown key. Windows XP mode. Windows Virtual PC window. Contains toolbar with 4 buttons. Toolbar with 1 buttons. Input capture window pane. Output painter window pane. Output painter child window pane. Task switcher list with 3 items. Contains task switcher list with unknown key. Windows XP mode. Windows Virtual contains toolbar with 4 buttons. Toolbar with 1 buttons. Input capture window pane. Output painter window unknown key. Windows XP mode. Contains toolbar W A.
I can't get enough of the narrator voices.
Unknown key. Windows XP mode. Windows. The vast free antivirus non-selected. Desktop list with 6 items. Program manager pane. Audacity window. Focused on track view table with 0 rows. 0 columns. Contains top location bar. Desktop. Music collapsed item with 0 children. Libraries expanded item with the children.
What?
A limb. A non-selected.
Why did it say 0 children? Oh gosh.
Window opened. Importing MP3 files.
Of course you got to play around with my favorite music
No audio
piece.
select.
There's
Off
the
button, not
updates
pressed.
going on.
Edit pane. Grabber. Ideally audio control panel. Window. Contains Dell Audio IIDT. Button. Button. List with 8 items. Window opened. Guide 10J main window. Window closed. Guide 10J main window. To sleep away selected. Track delete. To sleep away selected. Track view table with 0. Mem contains recording device. Playback. Play button not pressed.
Yeah, look at how
Stop button.
old all these are.
Skip to
Yeah,
start
update them.
Skip to end button. Record button. Loop on / off button not pressed. Edit pane. Grabber pane. Zoomed in button. Zoom out
The
button.
Flash player ain't
Zoom
gonna
to
work because
selection
it's
button.
no longer supported.
To width button.
So you might as well remove it.
Location bar. Desktop. Back control. Location bar. Desktop. Location bar. Desktop. Track view table with 0 rows. 0 column. Audacity window. Unknown key. Windows XP mode. Windows Virtual PC window.
Start.
Focus on input capture window pane.
Windows Explorer.
Contains
Control
toolbar
panel.
with 4
Control
buttons.
panel. Sounds,
Toolbar
speech,
with 1
and
buttons.
audio. Speech.
Input
Foreground
capture window pane.
Preview voice.
Output painter
You
window
have
pane.
selected
Output
Microsoft
painter
7
child
as the
window pane.
computer's default voice. Foreground window. Speech properties. Use the following text.
A
to
lim.
preview
Window
voice.
open.
Editable text.
Importing
You have
MP3
selected
files.
Microsoft 7 as the
Location
computer's
bar.
default voice.
Desktop. Backslash delete.
Properties. Dialog.
Oh my gosh. What is going on here? Oh, that looks so weird.
To press, use space bar.
That looks so weird. Because the dots are like on the left. There it is. Working on updates.
Location bar. Desktop.
I gotta get that
adjust
trend
your
micro
computer's
off of here
location
because it
bar.
doesn't work.
Desktop. Backslash control panel. Backslash programs and features.
Ooh, it's got
Location bar.
Office.
Desktop. Back. Trend. Location bar. Desktop. Backslash control panel. Backslash programs and features. Window. Start menu. All programs. Start menu pane. Microsoft Office 2010 window. Focus on. Contains group. Help button. I already purchased Office 2010.
Office 2010 is not going to work. It's not reading anything now.
I can't wait to upgrade this piece of crap to Windows 10. Search box. Editable text. Up. To sleep away solo selected. Track view table with 0 rows.
And I'm
0
just going to let
columns.
the file play.
Main panel pane.
See how we can get it to go while it
Record
removes
//
stuff.
record new track shift plus R tool tip.
Now we've figured out what the problem was. So I went through the whole process again. And now this got me thinking. So, I looked through the entire end-user license agreement, and it said that it was trying to... It said at the beginning within that agreement that it was looking for the recovery partition on the hard drive, which is not there. So now we know that in order for the Dell recovery and restore to proceed, the recovery partition must be present on the hard drive. So now we know that in order for that Dell recovery and restore to proceed, there must be a recovery partition on the hard drive. And since there is no recovery partition, we unfortunately cannot restore it back to the way it was when it was shipped from the factory, which is such a shame. I was hoping we were going to get this far. And that is it. The ThinkPad has been upgraded to Windows 10. There's the please wait message. This app can't run on this device. Wow. This didn't even say hi, we're getting things ready for you. Just went right to this might take several minutes. Oh, it sure is taking several minutes, alright. That's the framework. Yep. This is the one we're going to run first. Just gonna go ahead and install them all at once, like all in one package. Alright, that's the last of them. There's the almost there. And There's those privacy settings, which I know a lot of people hate on Windows 10. We'll just turn all that off. If it was a main machine, it would have been a whole different story. And there's the desktop with the new background. Alright, the ThinkPad is on Windows 10. AMD QuickStream may not work correctly. Searching for a display driver. Dell update package is not responding. Alright, where's the .NET framework error? Oh, this one says wait for the program to respond. This was successful. AMD Radeon. Oh, wait. Yeah, continue with the audio. I think I hit yes on the AMD. This is Intel. So let me alt tab back to Explorer. And run the, what was it, video driver? Is this the one? Yeah, go ahead. System does not have the driver. Okay. Alright. That answers that question. This is AMD. This is Intel. Network. Oh, it's already installed? I guess it must have came with the... I guess it must have already came with Windows 10. Interesting. So that's why we're going flawlessly through the drivers. I thought we were going to need to install the framework separately. But that makes sense now. This is for AMD. This is not AMD, so we'll cancel that. The installation of Vostro is complete. No, we will not restart. I know it doesn't meet the requirements. Let's try compatibility settings. The Wi-Fi link, sure. Give it another try. Install. Okay. This doesn't work. Touchpad driver. No, I will not restart. We got so many windows popping up. Yep, we're gonna install this thing. This app cannot run. Install the driver. Yeah, go ahead and repair. Alright. And of course, now this is a new driver. Can't run this one. This one was a success. Yep, install the chipset driver. What's this one? Seagate? Nope. Cancel Seagate. US deployment driver. Monitor type. Don't need any of this. Click next. No, we will not restart. Well, that's because it's already installed, so. No, we will not restart. This is done. This is done. Oh, another installation is already in progress. Now, that could be all the other stuff that's running right now. So let's finish all this. And then when these are done, this app needs the following feature. Open that message. Wide-eye display software cannot run. Oh, this was the unzip stuff. Oh wait, that's the wait a second, what is this? Is this a Seagate? Or is this the SSD? Oh, this was the SSD. Wait, AMD Radeon? Did I really just install the AMD Radeon drivers? Intel Rapid Storage requires a restart. Huh. I must have installed the wrong graphics driver. Because the driver that's supposed to be here is Intel, not AMD. Alright, click next to continue, finish. And I'm gonna try and uninstall that AMD thing because I put the wrong one on here. Oh wait, maybe if I go to Device Manager, Display Adapters. It said AMD HD. I didn't get it. It said it completed successfully. Here, let's try the Intel graphics again. Did it give like a compatibility error or something? Alright, which one of these was the network driver we were trying to run? Was it this one? Here, I'll keep trying until we get the one. No, it's not this one. Is it this one? It said this one was successful. This one... yeah. So it says that it doesn't meet the requirements to install the Intel software. Okay. So I guess it was the Intel stuff then. Here, then I guess it must be this one then. Okay. No, we will not reboot. Are we having network connections now? Still not. Here we go. Here is where we were at. so that didn't get us anywhere. I'll just escape on these 2 command lines. Broadcom cannot run on Windows 10. Okay, the wireless installer was successful. Alright, let's try that again. And we should have all of the drivers. That color looks obnoxious. It must have changed the color of sorts to this yellowish. And the network card has been installed. And that's it. We should now be able to connect to the internet because it said success. But it looks like we still do not have network access. But, however, it did say that it requires us to restart before any of this takes effect.
Autoplay window. Focus on autoplay options list with 2 items. Contains no other known unknown key.
So let's see if we can upgrade on the Vostro.
Window.
Oh, let's run the...
Setup will go online to get updates, drivers, and optional features. These updates will help the installation go smoothly, and can include important fixes, updated device drivers, and additional files which are not on the installation media. Change how download updates, drivers, and optional features. Not right now radio button is non-selected. Checking your PC.
I am going to stay with Windows 10 on this computer. But what I will do is go ahead and uninstall the direct key. The tool that we used earlier to try and reset the Inspiron, which didn't go well, but that is okay. So here we go. We are upgrading the Vostro to Windows 10. And this time I'm going to have the Kato plugged in the whole time. So it's just going to record some pinball audio. So we're going to see if everything carries over at the end when this is all done. And after we have this thing upgraded to Windows 10, we should be good to go.
Unknown key. Input capture window pane. Contains
Forgot to save it.
Save changes to a limb.
Let's see if it does the shutdown sound. Nope, it does not care. That was awesome. Some final pinball footage before the upgrade. Alright, here we go. And when we see this again, we will see it on Windows 10. And yes, I am shutting down the latitude because we don't need it anymore. Ooh, some more damage. Yeah, it's kind of old. There it is, loading files. And there's the Windows 10 logo. Okay, so I had this thing sit for a whole 30 minutes to record Microsoft Anna reading the entire Windows 10 license agreement with my Kato. And then this thing was doing the upgrade for a whole other 30 minutes. And now we are pretty much done with the upgrade. We don't see that Dell screen. We see just the standard Windows 10 screen. And, that's a problem. That is not supposed to happen. Yeah, that is not supposed to happen. Let's just try and boot into safe mode, because I want to at least get in. There we go. Alright, all we just need to do is boot into safe mode. And now we are preparing Windows. And there's the startup sound from Windows 7, still applied. It's trying to load the help and support. It's trying to load up help and support, saying like, hey, what is safe mode and all that stuff. That's what it's trying to load. So everything is just as we left it. The audio actually does work in safe mode, surprisingly. Okay, so we can load the profile in safe mode. So if we were able to load the profile in safe mode, we should now be able to load it normally. So let's go and restart. So there we go. All it took was to load the profile in safe mode, and now we are actually finalizing the setup normally. So this is great. Almost there. And then we're going to get those privacy settings, which again, we're going to say no to all of them. I want the location, yeah, because I want it to show stuff like weather and everything. And there's the desktop. However, the Vostro thing is missing. And we can already start to see some programs have been removed because they do not work on this release of Windows. So we can see a lot of programs are missing because they do not work on this version of Windows 10. However, I am going to change the sound to the Windows 10 standard sounds. So I suppose the original Vostro background was part of Windows 7. Oh, no, it must have been set to the solid color by safe mode. And then if we set it to picture, yeah, looks like we lost the Vostro default wallpaper, the wallpaper for the Vostro. So it looks like we lost that. But I can go ahead and set one of the, oh yeah, I tell it to stretch and it just sets it back to a solid color. I can set it to, yeah, I can set it to picture. And now we get that beautiful Windows, then we get that nice Windows 10 wallpaper. And then I usually like them in, oh yeah, it's still gotta update the graphics driver. There we go. There we are. Anyway, I usually like it on dark. There we are. And it's still in that gray. That usually on Windows 10 I like it in default blue. And if the graphics driver is properly configured, yes it is, we can do the Start, Taskbar, Action Center, and Window Borders. And it looks like some of the Vostro stuff from Windows 7 does still work. However, let's see if I can set it to Windows default. Let's see. Yeah, these are still the same sounds from Windows 7. I'll have to set them manually. Yeah, I'll have to set the sounds up manually, but let's make sure that the Vostro, let's make sure that the audio application still works. And it's already acting much better. And I couldn't be more proud. This is acting much better than that Latitude. It's going pretty fast. So let's see, we have the IDT audio program is still installed. Let's get rid of Chrome, because I'm going to use Edge as the default browser. We are not seeing any audio prompts yet, but a lot of the stuff did carry over, so that's great. However, the thing we lost is Windows Virtual PC. The Virtual PC is the only application we lost during the upgrade process. But it's good to know that we have the rest of the Windows Live Essentials. Windows Live Mail, Live Messenger, Movie Maker, and Photo Gallery. Those have all been carried over. I think those were actually installed during the upgrade process. And see, there's Microsoft Edge. And there's Media Center, which previously worked with Windows 7. Doesn't work anymore. But if I go into Windows.old, we should be able to find the wallpapers. And then we can set them back. So we'll go down to Web, Wallpaper, and usually it's in Windows. That's the default Windows 7 wallpaper. And then these are some of the Windows 7 default wallpapers. And where does Dell usually keep the... Actually, with Windows 10 on this Vostro, I am very impressed with the way it's performing. So Dell Support Center does not work, but I want to make sure everything else functions correctly, like the recovery software. In case I need to go back. So far only 2 apps have been removed. So only 2 applications have been removed from the system because they are not compatible with Windows 10. And I am still not seeing any options. Here, I'm going to see if I can start it. Let's see. Cannot access Dell Data Safe, but and here's a message saying that it has not been able to detect the recovery partition on this computer. It may be missing or corrupted. So that means, what that probably means is that Windows 10 may have messed up the partitions during the upgrade. But if we want to, we still can go back to Windows 7 and we can retrieve and then I can retrieve the factory partition, which I probably should have done. But as we can see, the recovery partition is still present on the hard drive. So the factory recovery partition on this hard drive is still present. And we're already here. And you can see we cannot restore it to the factory state because this is Windows 10. And this is not Windows 7. So I could say the upgrade was formally successful. However, I am not seeing any prompts. However, I'm not getting any prompts saying what device did you plug in and other stuff. Okay, here we go. Let's see the latest audio driver. And let's see there. Ooh, they have a digital TV receiver a digital TV receiver driver. That could work with Windows Media Center. However, I'm going to have to figure out a way to get that reinstalled. So as we can see now, we can see the search bar is up to date, and we can now start to see weather conditions. However, what I'm looking to do is get the audio reinstalled. So let me check the audio. The latest update is August 9th, 2012. So let's try reinstalling the driver. Now we don't have an option to activate the personal Office. I already purchased Office or go online to purchase Office. Okay, well, the camera battery is getting low, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to continue to figure out getting Windows Media Center installed, and if I cannot get it installed, then in the next episode we will revert it back to Windows 7. We'll check out a little bit more of Media Center, create the recovery media for this machine, and then we'll upgrade it to Windows 10 again. So we'll see what ends up happening. So until next time, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode.